Stop changing your thumbnails when a video underperforms. You are actively killing your own channel. I know exactly what you did this morning. You woke up, grabbed your phone before you even got out of bed, and opened the YouTube Studio app. You saw that your newest upload was sitting at a low click-through rate. Panic set in. You immediately rushed to your computer, swapped the title, uploaded a new, brighter thumbnail, and hit save, praying you just rescued the video. Instead, the views went from a slow trickle to a complete flatline. You think you just chose a worse second thumbnail? You didn't. You didn't fix the packaging. You triggered a catastrophic system failure called data contamination. Today, we're going to break down exactly how this hidden mechanism works, why the algorithm actually hates when you change your metadata, and the strict 3-step rule you must follow before you ever touch a published video again. Plus, I'm going to give you the exact pre-published system I use to make sure I never have to panic swap a thumbnail in the first place. But first, let's map this out together, because once you see the back-end logic, you can't unsee it. We've all been sold a massive lie. The myth is that the moment you hit save on a new thumbnail, the YouTube algorithm hits a penalty switch. People think changing the thumbnail resets your video and sends you to the back of the line. But I've looked into how the backend actually processes this, and here's the truth. The algorithm does not have a penalty switch. It doesn't care that the image file changed. The system treats the video exactly the same as it did 1 second before you swapped it. So, if the system didn't penalize you, why did your video instantly die? Because the algorithm doesn't react to your thumbnail. It reacts to how human behavior changes because of your new thumbnail. Think of the algorithm as a blind, high-speed sorting machine. When your video goes live, it pushes it to a seed audience on the homepage. During these first few hours, the machine is running frantic math. It is desperately trying to build a profile of exactly who likes this video, so it can find a million more people just like them. Let's say your original thumbnail was a bit dark and mysterious. The machine figures out, okay, people who like true crime and psychology are clicking this. It starts building a clean data pool. But 6 hours in, you panic. You swap it to a new thumbnail that is bright, loud, and uses big red arrows. You just caused a semantic disconnect. The new thumbnail might get more clicks, but it attracts a completely different type of viewer. You just dumped viewer type 2 into viewer type 1's data pool. The machine is no longer building a profile. It's confused. You have contaminated the data, and a confused algorithm defaults to one thing. It stops promoting the video entirely. But it actually gets worse. YouTube's dominant metric is no longer just clicks or watch time. It is viewer satisfaction. A thumbnail is a promise. If your new thumbnail gets a new viewer to click, but the actual video inside was built to deliver on the dark, mysterious promise of the first thumbnail, the new viewer feels tricked. They realize the vibe doesn't match the wrapper, and they click off early. That early click off sends a massive negative signal back to the machine. The algorithm looks at the math and concludes, we finally found people who want to click this, but they absolutely hate the video once it starts. Kill the impressions. Stop recommending this immediately. You didn't just confuse the machine. You accidentally proved to it that your video is terrible. This is why you have to stop tying your self-worth as a creator to that 48-hour graph. You aren't a failure, and your video isn't necessarily bad. You are just feeding chaotic data to a blind machine, which brings us to the trap almost everyone is falling into right now. YouTube recently rolled out native A/B testing, and small creators everywhere cheered, thinking this was the ultimate cheat code. It's actually a landmine. Creators are using this tool to destroy their own momentum. Here's the reality of scale. A/B testing is designed for massive channels. When they upload, they get millions of impressions in an hour. They have enough raw data to test 3 different thumbnails at the same time without breaking the system. If you have a smaller channel, your impression pool is tiny. By A/B testing right out of the gate or manually swapping your thumbnail every few hours, you are taking an already microscopic data pool and slicing it in half. You starve the algorithm of the data it needs to find your target audience. A stable 5% click-through rate on a consistent thumbnail is infinitely more valuable to the algorithm than a chaotic 8% that changes 3 times a day. The system craves stability. It needs time to do the math. So how do we actually fix this? You are going to implement a strict 3-step system for every video you publish from now on. Rule number 1, the 48-hour lockdown. When you hit publish, you take your hands off the keyboard. Do not touch a video's packaging for the first 48 hours. Even if the video is bombing, the algorithm must complete its initial browse phase test without the variables changing. Let the machine finish its math. Rule number 2, fix the product, not the wrapper. If a video dies after 48 hours, but you had a decent click rate, your thumbnail was fine, it did its job, your retention is broken, the pacing is off, or the intro is boring, stop trying to put a shiny new wrapper on a broken product. Take the hit, learn from the retention graph, and make the next video better. which is exactly why preventing this problem is infinitely better than trying to fix it. If you want to guarantee your video is actually algorithm ready before you hit publish, I'm giving you my internal checklist completely for free. It's called the YouTube Video Scorecard. It allows you to score your video across 5 growth zones before you hit publish. You score 1 point for every yes, with a maximum score of 20 points. It forces you to audit things like your quick zone, hook zone, and retention zone objectively. If you score between 16 and 20, you are ready to publish. If you score 10 or below, you need to rework it before posting because the video is not giving YouTube enough reason to test it further. Your video does not need more effort. It needs sharper decisions. I put a link at the very top of the description where you can download the scorecard for free right now. Use it before your next upload. Now, back to the final rule. Rule number 3, the post-mortem swap. There is only one safe time to change a thumbnail. If the video has completely flatlined after 7 days, it is officially out of the browse phase. The initial test is over. Now, you can safely change the thumbnail and title to optimize it for search traffic or suggested videos, because you are no longer risking active momentum. So, take a breath. Your channel isn't dead. You just need to let the system do its job. But this brings up a massive question. If changing your thumbnail isn't what killed the video, then what actually did? Why does YouTube suddenly stop pushing a video that seemed to be doing fine? The answer comes down to something called test pools. Every video gets pushed to a small group of viewers first, and if that test fails, distribution gets cut almost instantly. I broke down exactly how YouTube's test pool system works, why good videos still flatline, and the hidden categorization mistake that can quietly kill your reach in the next video. Click the video on screen and I'll show you exactly why YouTube stops pushing your videos.